The video came through at 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. I was in bed, scrolling through work emails on my phone, when the notification popped up. Unknown number. Video message. I almost deleted it. Spam, probably. Or some marketing thing. But something made me click it. The video started playing. It took me 3 seconds to recognize my wife's laugh. 5 seconds to recognize her face. 7 seconds to understand what I was watching. Jennifer was in a hotel room, lying on a bed in lingerie I'd never seen. A man was with her, kissing her neck. His face came into view when he turned toward the camera. I knew him. Brandon Steele. My wife's boss. The regional VP at the marketing firm where she worked. The guy who'd been to our house for dinner twice. The guy whose hand I'd shaken at the company Christmas party 3 months ago. The video was 23 seconds long. At the end, Brandon looked directly at the camera and smiled. Then a text came through from the same number. She's mine now. You can have what's left. I sat there in my bed, in the house I bought for us, staring at my phone screen. My wife was in the bathroom getting ready for bed. I could hear the water running, her humming some song I didn't recognize. I watched the video again, and again, making sure I wasn't seeing things, wasn't misunderstanding. But there was no misunderstanding. My wife was having an affair with her boss, and he just sent me proof because he wanted me to know. The bathroom door opened. Jennifer came out in her pajamas, hair wet from the shower. You coming to bed? She asked, smiling. I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman I'd been married to for 6 years. The woman I trusted completely. Where were you this afternoon? I asked. What? This afternoon. You texted me saying you had a late meeting. Where were you? Her smile faltered slightly. I told you. Meeting with Brandon and the client team. What? What hotel? What hotel was the meeting at? She stared at me, and I watched the calculation happen behind her eyes. Fight or flight? Deny or confess? Tom, what's going on? I held up my phone, showing her the pause video. Her face on the screen, clear as day. The color drained from her face. Brandon sent this to me about 20 minutes ago. I said, my voice eerily calm. Want to explain? She sat down on the edge of the bed, hands shaking. Tom, how long? It's not what you think. How long, Jennifer? 6 months, she whispered. Maybe 7. I nodded slowly. 7 months. More than half a year of lies. Of coming home to me after being with him. Of sleeping in our bed after sleeping in his. Pack a bag, I said. What? Pack a bag. You're leaving. Tonight. Tom, please, we could talk about this. We can fix this. There's nothing to fix. You made your choice. He made it clear in his message. You're his now, so go be his. I don't want to be his. I want to be here with you. It was a mistake. A horrible mistake. A 7-month mistake? That's not a mistake, Jennifer. That's a choice. You chose him over me every single day for 7 months. Now live with it. She started crying. Please don't do this. I love you. You don't love me. You love having a stable home while you play around with your boss. That ends now. Where am I supposed to go? Brandon's place. A hotel. Your mother's house. I don't care. But you're not staying here. She sat there crying for another minute, then went to the closet and started pulling out clothes. I went downstairs and waited. 20 minutes later, she came down with a suitcase and her work bag. Tom, please. Can we just talk about this tomorrow? When we both calm down. I'm perfectly calm. Leave your key on the counter. This is my home too. Not anymore. Key. Now. She pulled her key off her ring and set it down. You're going to regret this. The only thing I regret is not seeing this sooner. She left. The door closed behind her, and I stood in my living room, still holding my phone with that video on it. I sat down on the couch and made a plan. First, I forwarded the video to my email. Saved it in 3 different places. Cloud storage, external drive, laptop, evidence. Second, I took screenshots of the text message, the timestamp, the number, the message itself. Third, I searched Brandon Steele on LinkedIn. Found his profile. Found his company information. Found his wife's profile linked to his. His wife, Melissa Steele. Brandon was married. I stared at her profile photo. Blonde, pretty, smiling. She had no idea her husband was sending taunting videos to the spouse of his mistress. I clicked through her photos. 3 kids, all under 10 years old. Brandon had 3 kids at home, and he was sending me videos of himself with my wife. I searched more. Found Melissa's Instagram, her Facebook. Public profiles, easy to see. Photos of family dinners, kids' soccer games, vacation pictures. The most recent post was from yesterday. A photo of Brandon with their youngest daughter. The caption read, "Best daddy in the world." I felt sick, but I also felt something else. Cold determination. Brandon wanted to play games? Send me videos to humiliate me? Make sure I knew he'd won. Fine. Let's play. I opened a new email. Attached the video. Typed in Melissa Steele's email address that I'd found on her business consulting website. Subject line, "You deserve to know the truth." Message, "Mrs. Steele, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this. My name is Tom Mitchell. Your husband has been having an affair with my wife, Jennifer Mitchell, for the past 7 months. Last night, he sent me this video to taunt me. I thought you should know what kind of man you're married to. I've filed for divorce. I suggest you consider doing the same. I'm sorry for your pain." I hit send before I could second-guess myself. Then I opened another email. Found Brandon's company website. Found the corporate contact information for the CEO, Richard Morrison. I'd done some research on their company when Jennifer first started working there. Morrison was old school, family values, built the company on integrity and ethics. He'd fired a VP 2 years ago for sexually harassing an assistant. Brandon was sleeping with a subordinate. That was a fireable offense at most companies, especially one that prided itself on workplace ethics. I attached the video to another email. Subject line, "Inappropriate relationship between VP and subordinate employee." Message, "Mr. Morrison, I'm writing to inform you of an inappropriate relationship between Brandon Steele, Regional VP, and Jennifer Mitchell, a marketing manager who reports directly to him. Attached is video evidence that Mr. Steele sent to me last night. As you can see, this is not a consensual relationship between equals, but a superior engaging with a subordinate, which violates your company's ethics policy. I believe you'll want to address this immediately. Tom Mitchell." I had sent on that one too. Then I called my attorney. It was midnight, but Michael answered on the third ring. He was used to emergency calls. "Tom, what's wrong? I need to file for divorce. Tonight if possible." "What happened?" I told him. All of it. The video, the message, Jennifer leaving. "Jesus. I'm sorry, Tom. That's brutal. Can we file tonight? I can start the paperwork now and file first thing in the morning. Email me everything you have. The video, the screenshots, all of it. Already done. Check your email." "Got it. Tom, this is solid evidence. She won't have a leg to stand on. The affair is proven. We'll get you everything you want. I don't want her to get a penny more than the law requires. With this evidence, she won't. Sit tight. I'll have papers ready by 9 a.m. I hung up and sat in the dark living room of my house. My phone buzzed. "Jennifer, please don't do this. I'm a hotel. I'm alone. I'm sorry. Please let me come home so we can talk." I didn't respond. Another text. "Tom, I made a mistake. I ended it with Brandon tonight. It's over. I choose you." Still didn't respond. "Please answer me. I love you." I blocked her number. 3 minutes later, texts started coming from her mother, her sister, her best friend. "How could you throw her out in the middle of the night? She made a mistake, Tom. Be a man and forgive her. You're being cruel." I blocked them all. Then I opened my laptop and started documenting everything. A timeline of when I'd noticed changes in Jennifer's behavior. Late meetings that ran until 10 p.m. Weekend team building retreats that Brandon organized. The new lingerie she'd bought that I never saw her wear at home. I made a spreadsheet. Dates, times, lies I could remember. It painted a clear picture. I emailed it all to Michael. At 2 a.m., my doorbell rang. I checked the security camera. Jennifer, standing on the porch, suitcase still with her. I didn't answer. She rang again. Knocked. Called my phone from a number I hadn't blocked yet. I turned off the lights and went upstairs. She stayed on the porch for 20 minutes before finally leaving. I didn't sleep that night. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, running through everything in my head. 7 months. She'd look me in the eye every single day for 7 months and lied. At 8 a.m., my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. "Is this Tom Mitchell?" A woman's voice, tight with controlled rage. "Yes. This is Melissa Steele. I got your email. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. Did you send this to anyone else?" I sent the video to Brandon's CEO. "Your husband used his position of power to engage with a subordinate employee. That's a violation of company policy." She was quiet for a moment. "Thank you. For telling me. For the evidence. You deserve to know. So did you. I'm sorry my husband did this to you. I'm sorry he did this to you and your kids. My kids. Her voice broke. God, how do I tell my kids? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm filing for divorce today. I'm taking him for everything. Good. He deserves it. The video. Do you have the original file? I'll need it for my attorney. I'll email it to you right now. Thank you, Tom. I mean it. Thank you. We hung up. I sent her the original video file. At 9 a.m., I was in Michael's office signing divorce papers. This moves fast when there's clear evidence, he said. She'll be served by noon today. Be prepared for her to lose her mind. I'm prepared. One more thing. The video that Brandon sent. That could be considered harassment or even revenge porn in some jurisdictions. You might want to consider filing a police report. Against Brandon? Against both of them. He sent explicit content to you without consent. She participated in creating it. It's worth exploring. I thought about it. Let me see how the divorce plays out first. At 11:30 a.m., my phone rang. Jennifer, from yet another number. Tom, please. I was just served at work. In front of everyone. How could you? How could I? How could you sleep with your boss for 7 months? It was a mistake. Stop calling it a mistake. Mistakes are accidents. This was a choice. You chose him. Now deal with the consequences. I'm going to lose my job. Probably. Sleeping with your boss tends to have professional consequences. You're destroying my life. I'm ending a marriage that you already destroyed. There's a difference. She hung up. 2 hours later, my phone rang again. This time it was a number I recognized. Brandon's office line. I almost didn't answer. But curiosity won. Tom Mitchell. You son of a bitch. Brandon's voice was shaking with rage. You sent that video to my wife. You sent to me first. I just shared it with people who had a right to know. You destroyed my marriage. No, you destroyed your marriage when you started sleeping with my wife. I just made sure your wife knew what you were doing. You sent it to Morrison too. I've been fired. Do you have any idea what you've done? I reported an ethics violation to your CEO. You were sleeping with a subordinate employee. That's against company policy. You did this to yourself. I'm going to sue you for defamation, for invasion of privacy, Sue me for what? Forwarding a video you sent me? Good luck with that. Talk to your lawyer. I'm sure you'll need one for your divorce. I hung up. My phone immediately rang again. I blocked the number. Over the next week, the fallout was extensive. Jennifer moved in with her mother. She hired an attorney who sent Michael a long list of demands. She wanted the house, alimony, half my retirement account, and compensation for emotional distress. Michael sent back our response. She gets nothing. The house was mine before we married. No alimony for an adulterous spouse. Retirement accounts split according to what was earned during the marriage only. No compensation for emotional distress when she caused the situation. Her attorney tried to negotiate. Michael shut it down every time. Brandon's divorce was messy. Melissa hired a shark of an attorney who went after everything. The house, the cars, full custody of the kids, maximum child support, and alimony. I heard through the grapevine that Brandon had to move into a studio apartment. His company reputation was destroyed. He was unemployable in the industry. Jennifer lost her job 2 weeks after I filed for divorce. Mutual separation was the official line, but everyone knew why. She'd been sleeping with her married boss, and when it came out, the company had to let her go to avoid liability. She tried calling me from her mother's phone, from her sister's phone, from random numbers. I blocked them all. She sent emails. Long, rambling messages about how sorry she was, how she'd made a mistake, how we could fix this if I just gave her a chance. I forwarded them all to Michael and didn't respond. 3 weeks after I filed, we had our first court date. Just a preliminary hearing to establish temporary orders. Jennifer showed up looking rough. Unwashed hair, wrinkled clothes, dark circles under her eyes. Her attorney argued that she needed temporary spousal support because she'd lost her job and had no income. Michael countered with the video, the timeline of the affair, and the fact that she'd lost her job due to her own misconduct. The judge was a woman in her 60s with steel gray hair and no patience for nonsense. Mrs. Mitchell, she said, looking over her glasses at Jennifer, you engaged in an extramarital affair with your supervisor, creating a hostile work environment and violating company policy. Is that correct? Your Honor, I made a mistake. Yes or no, please? Yes, Jennifer whispered. And this affair lasted approximately 7 months. Yes. And it only ended because your husband discovered it. Jennifer's attorney tried to object. The judge held up a hand. Yes, Jennifer said, even quieter. The judge looked at her for a long moment. Temporary spousal support denied. Mrs. Mitchell, you have a college degree and work experience. You can find employment. The fact that you lost your previous job due to your own choices is not Mr. Mitchell's responsibility. Next item. Jennifer's attorney tried to argue. The judge shut him down. We left the courthouse. Jennifer tried to approach me in the parking lot. Tom, please. Can we just talk? No. I'm living with my mother. I have no money. I can't find a job. Please, just help me. You should have thought about that before you slept with Brandon for 7 months. I've apologized. What more do you want? Nothing. I want nothing from you. That's the point. Her mother appeared, pulling her toward their car. Come on, honey. He's not worth it. I drove home to my quiet house. Made dinner. Watched TV. Went to bed. The divorce process dragged on for 3 months. Jennifer's attorney kept trying different angles, claiming she deserved compensation for supporting my career, for emotional labor, for everything under the sun. Michael shot down every argument with evidence. She'd worked throughout our marriage. Her income was separate. She'd contributed nothing to the house I'd owned before we met. And most importantly, she committed adultery with documented evidence. Finally, her attorney called Michael with a settlement offer. She'll take $20,000 and walk away clean. No fight over the house, no alimony demands, no drama. Michael called me. What do you think? Counter with $10,000. Tom, 20's reasonable. It ends this faster. She sent me 7 months of lies. She gets $10,000. Not a penny more. He sighed. I'll send it over. They accepted the next day. We signed the final papers on a Wednesday morning. Jennifer looked like she'd aged 10 years. Thin, pale, defeated. We sat across the table at Michael's office. Signed where we were told to sign. Didn't speak to each other. When it was done, her attorney gathered the papers. We'll file these today. Divorce final in 60 days. Jennifer looked at me one last time. I hope you find someone who makes you happy. I hope you figure out what you want before you destroy someone else's life. She flinched like I'd hit her. They left. Michael closed the door. How do you feel? He asked. Relieved. Free. Good. You handled this well, Tom. A lot of people would have fallen apart. I almost did. But then I realized falling apart was what they wanted. Brandon wanted me destroyed. Jennifer wanted me broken so she could come back and have both of us. I decided to win instead. You did win. I drove home, stopped at the grocery store and bought a nice steak, a bottle of wine, ingredients for a real meal. That night, I cooked for myself in my kitchen. Set the table properly. Poured the wine. Ate slowly, enjoying every bite. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text message. You destroyed my life. I hope you're happy. I knew it was either Jennifer or Brandon. Didn't matter which. I blocked the number and finished my dinner. 2 weeks later, the divorce was officially final. I got the papers in the mail on Thursday. I filed them away and didn't think about them again. I kept tabs on what happened to Brandon and Melissa through mutual connections. Melissa got the house, primary custody of the kids, and substantial child support. Brandon was living in a 1-bedroom apartment and working for a small marketing firm, making half his previous salary. Jennifer had moved 2 states away to stay with her cousin. She found a job doing freelance marketing work, making enough to survive but nothing like what she'd had before. I didn't feel bad for either of them. 6 months after the divorce, I met Sarah at a professional networking event. She was a financial analyst, smart and funny, with a direct way of talking that I appreciated. We had coffee, then dinner, then more dinners. On our 4th date, she asked about my divorce. What happened? If you don't mind me asking. I told her the truth. All of it. The video, the confrontation, the revenge. She listened without judgment. That must have been awful. It was. But I learned something important. What? That I'm stronger than I thought I was. And that I deserve better than someone who lies to my face for 7 months. You do deserve better. So do you. What about you? Ever been married? Engaged once. Caught him cheating 6 months before the wedding. I'm sorry. Don't be. Better to find out before the wedding than after. We took it slow. No rush. No pressure. She met my friends after 3 months. I met her family after 4. We didn't move in together for over a year. When we did, we bought a new place together. A fresh start for both of us. She never asked to see the video. Never asked for details about Jennifer or Brandon beyond what I'd already told her. The past is the past, she said. I care about who you are now, not what happened to you then. 2 years after my divorce, I was at a conference when I saw Brandon across the room. He was working a booth for his small marketing firm, handing out flyers and business cards. He saw me at the same time. His face went pale. I walked over. Brandon. Tom. His voice was tight. How are things? Fine. You? Great, actually. Getting married next month. Something flickered across his face. Envy, maybe. Or regret. Congratulations. Thanks. How's Melissa and the kids? We're divorced. She has the kids most of the time. I see them every other weekend. Sorry to hear that. No, you're not. I smiled. You're right. I'm not. You sent me that video to humiliate me, to make me feel small. Instead, it gave me the evidence I needed to get out of a bad marriage and move on with my life. So thank you, actually. His jaw clenched. Glad I could help. You did. More than you know. Take care, Brandon. I walked away and didn't look back. Sarah was waiting for me at the entrance to the conference hall. Who was that? She asked. Nobody important. Ready to go. Ready. We drove home to the condo we shared. Made dinner together. Talked about the wedding plans, about the honeymoon we were planning to Italy. That night, lying in bed next to Sarah, I thought about the video that had changed everything. Brandon thought he was destroying me when he sent it. Instead, he'd freed me. He'd given me the proof I needed to end a marriage that was built on lies. He'd handed me the evidence to protect myself financially and legally. And in trying to humiliate me, he destroyed himself instead. His marriage, his job, his reputation, his relationship with his kids. All gone because he couldn't resist sending a taunt to the husband of his mistress. I fell asleep next to someone who loved me honestly, in a home we'd built together, with a future that was bright and clear. And somewhere across town, Brandon was alone in a studio apartment, seeing his kids every other weekend, working a job that paid half what he used to make. The video he'd sent to destroy me had destroyed him instead, and I was fine with that. More than fine. I was happy.